And 2, 1.
Hello, this is Heidi, and we are doing our first episode of Real Life DFW with Heidi and Deni Abbie.
Hello.
Hello, yay, we're so excited. You guys have been asking me, when are we going to get another Real Life DFW out there? And we decided we were going to do it different, right?
Oh yes, and we're excited.
Bigger and better video. How exciting can that? I mean, I couldn't be more pleased with doing this every Tuesday with Deni and some of the topics that we've decided to bring to you. Today specifically, we are going to talk about relationships. And
Yes.
Deni is a relationship expert. She's got some news about some of the exciting things that are going on in your life.
Yes, I'm getting ready to go to New York City and be on a panel with Helen Fisher. And she is incredible. So for you that do not know who Helen Fisher is, get out the web and check her out because she's fabulous.
Well, Helen Fisher, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, but Helen Fisher is an anthropologist.
Yes.
She studies humans, and which I think is fascinating as well, but she does it based on relationships.
Yes. And the neat thing is that she does this through science, and it's brain studies, and she's done a tremendous amount with doing studies through match and chemistry and taking huge amounts of studies that people fill out. And so when you're doing blind studies on the magnitude that she has through match, it's incredible. Her data, bank is huge for what she's found out. So most people have no access to the kind of information she's had. So when she's done the personality test that she's done, nobody's had that kind of access to those kind of numbers that she has. So it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm super excited. A couple of things that we're going to talk about, and this is a 15-minute video blog with Deni and I. We're going to do this every Tuesday. We're going to talk about relationships. Deni and I met a few months ago, maybe. And we've hit it off. Deni's been a big help in my life, and she's helped me get through some tough times and move on to do some really exciting things. Deni, tell everybody what you do and what you're an expert in.
Okay. Well, I am a life coach and hypnotherapist, and I help people in a lot of different areas. I do relationships, dating. I help people move on in a lot of different areas of their life, whether they're dealing with anxiety, whether they're just trying to overcome situations in their life, whether they've been in a breakup, and they're trying to overcome that and move forward in their life, whether they're in a job situation and they've had a hard time in this, they're having stress with that and they want to have more confidence in themselves. So it's building confidence. If they're smokers and they're trying to stop smoking, if they're dealing with weight issues,
Too much coffee.
yeah. Not to give up coffee, I'm sorry. That would have a hard time. I don't know. But it's trying to deal with things in their life that they have blocks,
Right.
overcoming those.
Right.
And it's all based on very positive energy, feeling better about themselves, feeling confident, working as a team. So that's what I do.
Well, I think relationships are very important, and it's, as you know, it's part of what Real Life DFW is all about. One of the reasons why I created Real Life DFW in the first place was because I got to meet really cool people. I mean, really amazing people, and their stories are amazing, and their expertise is amazing. And so that's us bringing this back to you, is more interesting stories about people's lives, and how can we help you? How can we bring this information to you so that it improves and enhances your life?
Yeah.
So back to you, Deni. Every Tuesday, we're going to have Real Life DFW Tuesdays with Deni and Heidi, and we're going to talk about relationships. And so the panel that you're going to be on, it's not your first rodeo. You've been on a panel before.
Right. And this will be a little bit different than the other one that I was on. This is going to be, we'll find out a little bit more about what we're going to be talking about. But with Helen Fisher, it's going to be neat because it's going to be, something about, she's very much about personalities. She does stuff about why people cheat, why they fall in love with the right people. It's all very in-depth. It's fact-based. It's all study-based. The ones that I was on that was high end, that was the Great Love Debate. And that was a producer, Brian Howie, that was out of California. And that was interesting in its own. He did a tour that was 48 states based, and he's done this for several years. I did it a couple years with him. Yeah. And he would go around and he would pose the question to audiences, and single people would attend this. And he would say, why is everybody still single? And he would pose that to audience members. And there would be people like myself on the panel, which were the experts, that would help single people, which were matchmakers. They were dating experts. And he would say, why do you think people are single? What are your clients telling you? What do you find out in the industry? And then he would ask the single people, why do you think people are single? And it was very interesting, what people would come up with and what they saw.
So what is the number one reason why people are single?
Well, it was interesting. Every city that he went to, people had a different aura. They had a different energy and why they felt that people were single. But, women were hard to approach. Men didn't want to commit. I mean, those were things you heard. But I think that what we found, moreover, is with online dating, which is a wonderful avenue to meet people. But people were not willing to commit. They thought it was the grass is greener out there. How can I commit to someone because I may miss something that's better?
I've heard that before.
Yeah. So how do I say yes to this person when there may be somebody better than that? If I close off that, match profile or Tinder profile, somebody even better might be there the next day. And so also they had a hard time if you had any kind of conflict in a relationship, the person was not willing to work on it. Because they're like, why work on it? There's like 3,000 more people out there for me. And so the commitment just wasn't there. It's just too easy. But the problem with this is that no one is perfect. Everybody looks fabulous out there. They're writing these wonderful profiles. Everyone looks good. But you know what? No one's perfect. Everybody comes with baggage. Everybody has flaws. We are all human.
Well, my husband's perfect.
I'm sure that he is, Heidi. And you know what's so awesome is that you feel that way. So you know what? But he's perfect for you.
He's perfect for me.
And you know what? That is so cool. And I'm so glad you feel that way. And you know what's neat is that you have to take a chance.
You do.
And you have to work on a relationship because all relationships take effort, commitment, and the willingness to work on it. And that is the whole thing, is what we came up with is that you have to, if you want to meet somebody and have a great relationship, you have to shut off all of your internet sites. You have to give a person a chance. So you meet somebody out there, get off of all the internet dating sites. And if you have those emails coming to you, shut them off because that will give you temptation. If you have any stress or if they give you some delusion, they're not as wonderful as you think for that one moment, do not be tempted to check out somebody else. Give them a chance because you're going to have to work on every relationship because everybody has flaws. And commit. And if you see red flags that are red flags about your deal killers, because everybody has to have deal killers, they have to have things that they want, they have to have deal killers, then you need to get out. Because the things that you will not put up with in a relationship, you don't need to put up with. But if they're normal things that you need to work on any relationship with, then you get out. You work on them, but you get out on the red flags.
Well, one of the things I'm excited about this Tuesday video blog is you're going to be able to ask Deni questions about relationships and ask me some questions. I'm not the expert for sure, but I've been married 3 times and and I love relationships. So I think that between Deni and I, we can give some advice and our thoughts and our opinions on what you may be going through and how you may be able to handle the relationships that you're in. One of the things that I really appreciate about Deni is it's not just about the love of for looking for love. I think there's some things that you should be looking for that you may not even be aware are red flags or personality traits that aren't healthy for you. I have some friends on Facebook, and actually what I love about Facebook is that everybody becomes friends because we all sort of have things in common.
Yeah.
Relationships is one of those master connectors that keep us in common, keep us connected. And there's a couple of people on Facebook between you and I that we have mutual friends that always, when you post something about narcissism, or you've posted something about gaslighting or broken hearts, things like that, people can really relate to those issues.
You know, the neat thing too, and on one of our shows, we will definitely talk about that, because these are really huge topics in relationships and when you're dating and stuff like this, or even in relationships with parents or siblings or people you work with or anything, is understanding different personality disorders. And it was interesting when I posted that about narcissism and stuff. I actually had a client that asked me to post that, and I had so many people send it to me and say, okay, I think I might see a few traits that remind me of me, or did you post this about me? Or, I'm like, I was like, you would not believe how many people saw that and thought it was a reflection of them, or whatever. It was like crazy. Or they could relate, or they knew somebody, or it was amazing. So it's definitely something that people need to understand about how to deal with those personalities. People who have that personality, is tremendous in this day and age. How many people have those types of disorders and you have to know how to deal with them.
Right.
You know how to identify them. And if you're in a dating situation, you come across it, run the other way.
Get out.
If you're married to one, or you have a parent that's one, or a sibling's one, you need to know how to deal with them. So those are things we'll talk about.
Absolutely. So I couldn't be more excited about Real Life DFW. We have another co-host that's going to be with us every week.
If you hear snoring,
it's not us. It's Sophie Grace, the princess here. And so we're going to have we're excited about this. We're going to have fun with this. It is going to get serious sometimes. The thing I love about saying about Real Life DFW is it's real people, real stories, real life, and that's what that's what connects us every single day, are these stories that connect us about relationships, about love, about work, about all the things in our lives that affect our emotions and help us feel the joy sometimes, and how to deal with all the emotions that we have. So thank you for being here today with us. We're very excited to have our next episode next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, let's tease them. What will we be speaking about?
What you want to talk about? Narcissism and some of the different disorders, since we tease them about that now, and just kind of start giving you some education on some of the things to watch out for when you're in the dating world.
Absolutely. I love that. We'll be talking about narcissism. What does that mean? And where does the term come from? Where does it originate from? We'll talk more about that. And we'll just take your questions and feedback, anything that you want to say about this video.
And if there's something that you want to hear more about, let us know, because if there's a topic on how to find the right kind of love, how to identify, how can you tell, anything that you'd like to hear about, let us know and we'll cover that.
Yes.
On our sessions.
So this is all for you. It's Real Life DFW Tuesday edition with Deni, Abbie, and Heidi. And thank you so much for listening.
Have a great day. I think that was good.
I think it's going to be great.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
You are our only audience. Could you hear the snoring of the dog?
I did.
Thank you for being our cameraman.
It really helped me because I didn't know we only had a few more minutes, and so it really helped.
It's
me.
hard to tell with time.
Yeah, and behind the mic when nobody's watching, I can go, oh, okay, 2 minutes to go. This is going to be